Hey, Genki Call here with the Invasion event for the weekend of August 12th, 2022. So, first, let me show you what you can get in the shop. There is one singular mythic in here, and that is Doomclaw. Not a fantastic mythic. Most people think it's a pretty crappy mythic. I think he's rather fun, but that's when he actually devours. Now, he is going to be of no good to you in the tower event unless you use it on the low levels, simply because you can't devour the towers. You can't do any kind of status effects at all on the towers. Nothing. No curse, no stun. Absolutely no lethal damage, nothing. You have to use spells or skulls or both. But anyway, everything you see here is something that you should be able to pull from the shop, and except for this, which you get from guild seals. All right, as for the this is anticipation. We have a new weapon. Ah, my favorite kind of weapon, the explodey stuff. So this one uses red and green, and it explodes brown gems, grants some random status effect to all Urska allies, and summons an Urska troop. So nothing really exciting in the upgrades for this, but it does bleed the first enemy, so and I think it does a little splash damage and just a tiny bit of splash damage, but I'm excited because it's a new explodey weapon and it explodes a different color than the other one that uses these colors. Fist of Heaven uses the same colors and explodes yellow instead of brown, but I must have all of this bloody weapon, so yay! Now, our Siege Breaker, that is Black Bjorn, and Black Bjorn does damage to an enemy boosted by enraged allies, so you have 4 enraged allies and you'll get an extra 16 damage. And then you'll get 3 to 5 times damage. What that means is that with your spell, you'll do 3 times the damage at base rarity. At legendary, you'll do 4 times the damage, and if you have it upgraded to mythic status, it doesn't have to be level 20, it just has to be upgraded to level to mythic status, then you'll get 5 times the damage. Now, unless you're going to have him at the front of the team, you don't have to trait him. He won't do skull damage, the 3 to 5 times skull damage, unless you trait him, but if he's not at the front of the team, then that's not going to do you any good. But this is one that does have skull damage reduction, and I will be using him at the front of my team eventually. So anyway, let's go ahead and I will show you my teams, and I have a bunch of teams for you. So starting out, we're going to go with Defiance. This is one of the guild guardians, and sorry, I have to cough. All right. So he does damage to an enemy and a random enemy. That means he's hitting 2, of course. Boosted by enraged allies, so he'll do an additional 5 damage for each enraged ally. The boost ratio is right here. If the enemy uses brown mana, do double damage. Always a nice thing. Now, he also has skull damage reduction by 50%. Double skull damage versus brown enemies, but this is where the Guild Guardians really shine. +4 to all skills, that's magic, armor, life, attack, all of them, every time you match 4. But since I have 3 on the team, it's not just 4, 8, 12, every time you get a match 4. Now I know everybody's not going to have the Axe of the North. This is like using the Nimbus bow with a finesse team. This is for Urska, and you have to use Sentinel if you're going to use the Axe of the North, because then your whole team will be Urska, and you'll get the best possible amount of match 4s out of it. If you don't have this, use any kind of explodey weapon in here that you want. As long as it's not solid brown like the Mountain Crusher. If you're going to use the Mountain Crusher, you can put it up at the front, and that would work as well. But anyway, let me show you how this works. Now, there is one downside to Defiance. It's super easy to get if you're in a guild. It's a common, and you're gonna have this if you ever use your seals, but it's very expensive to trait. So this is really what gives the power to the team is this third trait. So you may not be able to trade it, but it's really nice if you can. So let me show you how this works. I've already finished a few tiers in the invasion so I could get to slightly higher levels so I could showcase these teams better. But, well, you can see I'm still one-shotting with my skulls and whatnot here, but, yeah. Every one of these teams is using, wow, that didn't do much, Sentinel class, but my Sentinel class is maxed out. So I'll be changing it on like all of these that I'm going to show you, but all of the team codes are using Sentinel class. So I just forgot to change it, but um let me grab the next team. Yeah, so for the higher, just, a little bit higher, mid-levels, for people with no legendaries, you can add in Black Bjorn. Yes, there will be teams without Defiance, but Black Bjorn is our siege breaker. He's the one that's going to do extra damage to the towers. So this is just to make things go a little bit more quickly. The Defiance is because he hits 2 enemies. On those lower levels, it will speed things up if you don't have the legendaries. As the legendaries work pretty darn well for quickly getting through those lower levels. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we'll hit this thing. Ah, the match fours. Ah, it went from 70 to 74, so I only got 1 match 4 out of that. That counted anyway. We'll go ahead and we'll take out this tower. We'll do this. This guy hits 2 enemies. We have a thing there and done. Yay! Got that. All right, next up, we have for mid-levels, again, we've got Black Bjorn on the team. This is one that you can use. I forgot to change the class. So I'm changing to Rune Priest because every time, well, Mountain Crusher is going to start a Dust Storm, but I need to level it. It has Rock Solid. You start off with a barrier, and also Stone Mastery is very nice. But actually, Banishment super good because if they barrier themselves, you get a single match 4 and it takes away their positive status effects no matter what they are. So Banishment would be really, really good here. But the other reason I'm going to be using Rune Priest is because it summons a Death Storm when an enemy dies. Doesn't really matter since I have Mountain Crusher with me at the moment. But the reason I'm using the Pandaska Guard, again, it's for the lower levels. It gets you a little bit of mana gen and does damage to the first and last enemy. So again, you're hitting 2 enemies, which will help speed things up a bit. Aha, we have a Valraven Tower. So definitely going to use Black Bjorn to go after the Valraven Tower here. No? No, darn. I don't want to leave that. Okay. Let's try to get some mana. Perfect. So let's get rid of the Valraven Tower first. And now we can worry about this. We'll do that. And we'll do this. You can see it's not super effective, but it is faster than... Oh, it got webbed. When you get webbed on the Mountain Crusher, you don't explode anything. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, this is barriered now, so this will break the barrier, but I want to get some mana for one of these 2 troops so that I can take this out as soon as I break the barrier. So we'll do that. Blue will do. Oh no, it's, yeah. Things just slowed down a lot. Yes, please. Alright, here we go. Thank you. Get that taken care of. Get rid of this darn thing. Meow. And like I said, this is for the lower levels, but it works. Next up, for higher levels for people with no legendaries, we've got edit, manage, paste. Now we've got Mountain Crusher with 2 Black Bjorn and the Urska Druid. Now, the reason the Urska Druid here is because it creates a bunch of green gems, and that is going to feed Black Bjorn. Mountain Crusher will also feed the entire team, and also you get extra green mana for having the Urska Druid with you, so that will help out. I'm going to change this once again. Don't pay attention to me. They are all using Sentinel. You can change it to whatever you like. I'm just using Sentinel, so the entire team is Urska, and you get some bonuses out of that. Always go for the Mage Tower first, because this thing gets enchanted whenever it matches purple gems, which will slow you down immensely. The nice thing about bringing an explodey weapon into an invasion event is these guys, when they cast, they immediately barrier themselves, and this will break the barrier of the first troop here. Always a nice thing. So we're going to go ahead, and we've got plenty of green on the board. I'm going to give this a try. I get to choose who I entangle. Check that out. Me. All right, I got to go for the Valraven first, even though I said that wasn't a lot. No, I'm not going for the Valraven first. I don't want to lose the Valraven, but then again, I don't want that particular thing to cast. So we'll go ahead and take it out with that. We'll take out these two guys, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Wahaha. So there is an option for that. This next team is for the higher levels, the hard levels. Once you get to the point that you can't one-shot the towers anymore. Oh, 2 mage towers. Yeeks. When you can't one-shot the towers anymore, switch to a team with something that strips their armor. You can use Rope Dart, Trickster Shot, Mang, Earth's Fury, whatever you feel like. Mang is going to eliminate all armor, and then you get a bunch of attack. If you use Earth's Fury, your entire team gets extra attack. But Earth's Fury is something that has to be crafted. So this is one you get for free just for getting your red and brown mana gem mastery up. So hopefully you will have this, but again, the Urska Druid, you don't have to use the Urska Druid. You could use something else if you can find something else to create mana for you, because you really need to have mana. But I mean, there's not a lot here. You can use the Pandaska Guard in here. It does explode 2 gems, and that's something at least. But you know, this is an experiment. Hopefully the Urska Druid's going to help out here. Definitely want to target both of the mage towers first, like I said. And we're going to get to the legendaries in a minute. Now, the legendaries for this event are really nice. They do damage to all enemies. They're going to make things go nice and quickly early on. All right, see, we've got these both enchanted now. Meh. That's why I don't like them. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. Oh yeah, that's right. Can't entangle anything. So here's how this works. Strip off the armor, get some extra attack, then you cast with this to take it out. Obviously that's not needed at this level. I just wanted to showcase how it's going to work, just for those higher levels for you. So let's see. Yeah, I can take some more green. Thank you. Not a lot of mana gen here, which is definitely going to slow things down, but you can put the Urska Druid in front of Berengari so that you can get mana more quickly, or use something else to get mana, but it's just so much more efficient to have something that explodes on the team. But later on, you're going to have something to strip the armor if you're going to get into the really high levels. And you really want to complete at least through stage 7, because each individual tier here has awards just for you. It's also going towards your guild, but you get individual rewards. So I will show you. I've finished through stage 5, and right now I've got some lovely stuff waiting for me, a bunch of gems. So getting through, if you can manage it, if you're low level, if you can still manage it, try to at least get through stage 7 if you can. Go further if you can, but at least stage 7 to get all of those nice gem rewards, because yay. All right, let's get back to this. So I don't know about the Urska Druid for mana gen here. We don't have a really great mana generator besides your weapon, but all right, for the people with legendaries, we're going to use them all. Well, most of them. For the early levels, to get through them quickly on the early levels. Now, this isn't going to last forever. Urskula is kind of weak, but she does enrage all allies, which makes them do extra damage. Always nice. Switching to Rune Priest. We've got the Mountain Crusher here because it explodes and creates a dust storm. Now you can use the new weapon here. You can use the new weapon. However, it uses red and green. It will block Ursuvius and Urskula. Both of them, unless you move things around here, which is why I didn't put it on the team. But King Mikhail does damage to all enemies, and he explodes a row. When he explodes a row, that's actually 3 rows that are being removed because they literally explode and take everything that's touching them. And does damage to all enemies. I already said that. More damage if he's enraged. Like I said, Urskula will enrage your whole team, so you can do extra skull damage. Mountain Crusher, yep, we know what that does. And Ursuvius will do damage to all enemies, boosted by burning enraged allies and enemies. And he has a chance to burn a random enemy at the start of the turn. Not going to work on towers, but for the lower levels, that's great. You can always put Ursuvius in the front and use a different weapon, different explodey weapon. You don't have to use the new weapon. You can put something in here like Arboreal Crystal if you want, although it creates a leaf storm, so maybe not that one. But you can switch this around, put him in the front for that 50% skull damage reduction, but we have Rock Solid, so I'm not worried about it. You do with Sentinel as well. So go in with this. I'll show you how this one works. Now I'm a little higher level here than this is meant to be used for, but I wanted to get to the higher levels to really kind of showcase these better than I have been doing lately. Let's see. So again, she's not going to do a lot of damage here. 66 scatter damage with this boost even is still not a lot of damage. It only did 28 damage each, but like I said, it does enrage. You can put another troop here. Let's do this. It's good to target something, a row that has lots of colors that you need so that you can get that extra mana. And I kind of want to use that one again since it did it. Blooper for the day. So that it will go nice and fast. But for the mid-levels, that was for early levels. For the mid-levels, using the same kind of concept, only now I've got Black Bjorn on the team instead of Urskula. Once again, pardon me while I change the class. Okay. Let's get this going. Lord Bellinor here hits 2 enemies at once. The enemy and the enemy below it. Let's go ahead and take this one because it has the most mana at the moment. And we'll go ahead and blow something up. Need something with red, so we'll do that. Black Bjorn. This one has more health and armor is what I meant total. And then we'll do that. Doesn't do a whole lot, but we'll just follow up. Nice explodey weapon will break barriers, so that is nice. And you have plenty of mana when you're select a gem. I always forget. I don't use King Mikhail very often. I mean, he works, but it's an extra click. It's an extra click, and I forget sometimes. All right, so for the higher levels, I've got 3 more teams here. I have 3 more teams, I should say. All right, so the first one, boop, changing the class again. Okay, so Priest might be a better choice for this team simply because it will summon that Dust Storm as soon as you kill something. Up to you, but we don't have anything to explode here except King Mikhail. Black Bjorn at the front, King Mikhail for explodey, and damage to all enemies, and Trickster Shot. Loves me some Trickster Shot. Have to cough. Pardon. So, this is a fantastic weapon and I love it. Alright, let me show you how this one works. Again, this will strip armor. It increases the magic incredibly. The higher your level, the more it strips off. Oh, so good. And I'm going to go ahead and cast with this just to make sure we get rid of the Valraven. Then I will do... Well, I'll show you how the Trickster Shot works on the next level, I guess. We'll do red, do Ursuvius here, because it's removing that armor that gets you the boost on magic. So, this will remove armor, even if they're barriered, by the way. It won't do any damage, but it will still remove the armor, because that's part of the spell. It's not damaging them, it's simply removing the armor. So it will do that even if they're barriered. Ha ha ha! Ah, love that. All right, so, oh, and this self-enchants, by the way. It self-enchants! Oh, I love that. Okay, we'll show this one more time. Well, you know, I have another team with Trickster Shot on it. I can show you. Aha. Hold on a second. And I'm back. Okie dokie, so mana gen, not great. We've got King Mikhail, but again, I really love having something explodey, but for the higher levels, you've really, when you can't one-shot, you really kind of need to do that. So, strip the armor. Right. Let's do another one. Okay, I just showed that one. So, next up for the hard levels, when it gets really hard with those towers. So we will paste that in. Paste. I cannot speak. 2 Black Bjorns with Earth's Fury, or Mang, if you don't have Earth's Fury. This adds attack the entire team, though. If you have Mang instead of Earth's Fury, put Earth's Fury up at the front. But this will do that extra skull damage having him up front, and we have 2 in case we lose one of them. King Mikhail again for mana generation, and whoops, I clicked in the wrong place. One more. It's basically the same team but different. It's the same but different. Does that make sense? All right. Let's get rid of the mage tower. Yes. And I don't want purple. Ugh. Okay. I guess I needed to take purple. I could totally do that. And I think I shall. Perfect. So I'll show you here. So watch the attack here. I'm going to strip off 69 armor. Just stripping off 69 armor takes that from 59 to 84. So it's very nice. Oh, why must you do that? Okay, we'll do this. That'll get rid of that 2 of them, and then we'll just finish off with this. Oh my goodness. All right, and the last team that I have for you, I think I already had it copied, but I went and copied it again anyway. Before I show you the last team, for finishing these first 7 tiers, you will get a total of 65 gems and an Orb of Chaos. So, oh, Orb of Clans! Ah! Yay! Extra chances at mythics! Alright, last team, Invasion. For the hard levels, when you really need it, this works. Also, you can do this. Now, what I love about this, oh, you silly thing. Hold on, I got an extra space on there. Just take that off and put the bracket back on. And there it is. So what I love about Trickster Shot is that it self-enchants. So now I'll show you how that works if If it doesn't cooperate, then I'll show you again. I'll just keep doing battles until I'm able to show you what it does. Trickster Shot is fantastic. Alright, Mage Tower first. This one, yeah, this one should be next because the Crossbow Tower with the yellow and green, because it does true damage. We don't like that. We don't like them doing true damage. I need purple, really. Purple is what I need the most. But instead, I'll do this. I really want to show you how well this works. So I'm not going to cast yet. I want to cast with this first and show you. This is going to go from 57 damage, just stripping off 75 armor, from 57 to 84. Now that's not a lot. It's nice. 57 to 84 is a significant boost, but when you're in the really high levels, oh, it's beautiful. And I love that it self-enchants, so you don't have to worry about getting mana for it. So, anyway, that's what I've got for you. I hope you have fun with the event. Let me know your favorite teams down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!